All right, FightHype.com here with one of the top featherweights in the sport, one of the warriors of the sport, my man Joet Gonzalez, fighting this Saturday on ESPN Plus against former world champion Isaac Dogboe. Two guys in their primes with exciting styles. Joet, you think this fight this Saturday is going to be a war? When Dogboe is a guy who seems to like to fight on the inside. Do you think this fight's going to be a war?
We'll see. Like you said, Dogboe likes to come forward. Like he wants to go to war. But lately there's been little changes in his fighting style. He's thinking a little bit more. He's using his jab. He's taking his time. So we'll see what he brings to the table. But I'll be more than ready for whatever he has this Saturday.
He's an explosive guy, but a smaller guy coming up from 122. How big of an advantage is your size in this fight?
I think it's a quite an advantage. I got the reach, I got the height. I'm naturally bigger. He is probably stocky. He might be a little strong. Because the little shorter guys they carry the weight better, and they don't have to go down in weight that much. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be strong. I expect the best Isaac Dogboe this Saturday, but I think I have a couple advantages in the fight.
Any advantages you can share with us?
Like not just my physical advantages, my height, my reach. I think those are two big factors in this fight, and we'll see what happens Saturday.
I know you mentioned, and he's talked about it too, being more patient under Barry Hunter. But if and when he does get to that inside, do you think you can outfight? You can beat him at his game. You can outfight him there.
I think I can. I think I can. Inside, outside. I think I've proven that. The fights I've given, I can fight on the inside also. I can fight on the outside, and I think I can beat him on the inside.
Back to that war you had in San Diego last year with Emmanuel Navarrete. That was a great fight, Joet, and the heart you showed in that fight was tremendous, and it was a good competitive fight too. But sitting on our ass ringside, sometimes it was you'd come to him with your hands up, and you get in range and you'd explode with some really beautiful combinations. But then there'd be periods of time in between where you weren't able to get your punches off. And why is that? And do you think that's something you'll be better at in this fight than from the Navarrete fight?
Yeah, I think in the Navarrete fight, I was coming forward, trying to push him back, didn't show him respect. But I think, like you said, I got cut in the beginning of the third round, early in the fight. I think the cut played a big factor, but I answered back the following round. In the fourth round, I buckled him. He wobbled, and I think he knew he was in a tough fight, and I think he knew that staying there with me was, he could possibly hurt him again throughout the fight. So he started moving. I was being more patient because obviously, I noticed he was going back. I felt like he was trying to set me up with some shots. So that's why I was, like you said, a little hesitant because he was like sometimes pity patting. And I think he was just waiting for me to open up, to throw a big shot. But that big shot never came. But obviously, it plays a factor in the fight. Like you say, I waited a little too long and stuff like that.
If you win this fight, you're his mandatory again. Do you want to fight him again?
Yeah, yeah, man. Like I think it's safe to say, like I don't dodge nobody. There's a lot of fighters out there that they start demanding some fights and they don't even fight. They fight, punching bags, easy paycheck. But like me, I'm here fighting the best top guys. Guys that are ranked up there pretty high, and I'll fight whoever, whenever. I think that's no question at all.
Where you get those heart and balls from, man?
I don't know, man. I'm here to fight, like it's plain and simple. I'm just here to fight. I'll fight whoever it is. It is what it is. It's just me.
I gotta ask, man, because this is a fight that's been talked about, Shakur and Navarrete. Who do you think is the better fighter based on your experience with both?
It's tough, man. Honestly, it's tough. Navarrete, people from the outside, before I even fought him, I thought a certain way. But after being in the ring with him, he knows what he's doing in there. He's a little faster than what I thought. And or maybe that was just in my fight, in the beginning of the fight, the commentators were saying, "Oh, Navarrete is a little quicker and he's starting quicker," because he knew, the type of fighter I was. So I had Navarrete on his A game. Styles make fights. Styles honestly make fights. I would give the advantage in speed to Shakur, but the power definitely to Navarrete. And then we'll see what happens if they eventually face each other down the line.
So it sounds like you don't think that's a cakewalk for Stevenson. That's a competitive fight.
I think it's a competitive fight, just because of Navarrete's, just the style the way he fights, is just a little weird.
That uppercut is weird.
Yeah, that uppercut. But the thing is, he never hit me with an uppercut.
That's true. That's true.
I was well prepared. He just caught me. I extended my hand out a little too much, and he hit me. He hit me with honestly, almost like the palm of his glove. And it cut open instantly, and yeah.
Interesting. That's what I've heard. You get a guy like that.
Yeah, he threw a hook, and obviously, the gloves are small, so when you see the punch, it looks like it landed flush. But nah, man, I felt the palm and hit my cheekbone and split open.
So do you feel like you've seen every style at the elite level? I mean, you fought the master boxer, then you fought a guy that's tall and can punch from Mexico like Navarrete. Yeah, at 26, 27, you feel like you've seen the styles. Yeah,
I think I've seen most all the styles. I've been in there. I've been in there with shorter guys. I've been there with, guys a little taller than me, boxers, boxer punchers, brawlers. I think I've seen most of it. Yes.
Who because you win this fight, you're not just the mandatory for the WBO. You're right there for the WBC as well. What's the best fight in the division, man? Josh Warrington too with the IBF.
Well, I don't think Josh Warrington.
He doesn't have the IBF anymore. Excuse me, right? But
no, he does. He won
right.
From Martinez.
Yes.
Yeah, he won it from Martinez. But he has. I think he has a mandatory with another fighter. So I think he's out of the picture. And then obviously, Ray Vargas just won WBC. But it's tough, man. I mean, there's a lot of politics involved. I can only hope for the best. I'm hoping I'm hoping I'm mandatory for WBC and WBO, but I'll fight any of the champions right now.
How do you see this fight Saturday playing out? Do you think you make it look less competitive than it looks like it is on paper?
I believe so. Honestly, I believe so. I expect a good Dogboe, a strong Dogboe. But I think I'm just going to be smarter than him. I think I'm going to be quicker. I think I'm going to be stronger physically and mentally, more prepared than him. And I think I do make it look easy.
Some of them Ghanaians are really tough, though, man. Did you remember watching Ike Arte fight Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah, man. They're tough. Don't get me wrong, man. They're tough. You've seen Dogboe when he fought Navarrete both times. He took some punches. He didn't give up, but, he took a beating. And the punches that Navarrete hit him with took a big effect. Like, you could see it in his eyes. Like, he lit up and he was out of there. Me, I took some shots from him, but I was fighting. I was good. And Dogboe, he wasn't so good in there.
And the Magdaleno fight.
Yeah, Magdaleno fight too. He got wobbled. I believe in the second. He got dropped in the first, second round. But he proved he wanted it, because obviously getting dropped early and then stopping Magdaleno at the end. So even if I go in there, blazing high and I start pounding on him or knock him down, I still gotta be careful those later rounds, because he could change the fight, and I gotta expect the best Dogboe.
And Joet, before I let you get out of here, might seem a little out of left field, but everyone will be watching it. Jake Paul, Hasim Rahman Jr. Do you think Rahman's the guy who puts an end to Jake Paul's momentum in boxing, or no?
Honestly, I don't know, to be honest. I remember Rahman. I seen him in the amateurs when I was little. I was maybe 12 years old at the time. He was barely starting. He wasn't that great. I don't know how dedicated he is. Jake Paul, obviously, he's not the best boxer, but he's in the gym. He's trying his best. I don't see it. I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping, he ends this circus but we'll see what happens.
Was this a tournament you saw Rahman Jr. at in the
Yeah,
amateur?
yeah. I think one of our fighters from our gym or a gym I knew fought him and beat him. Yeah,
Mm.
in the finals. Yeah.
He's a fellow professional like you. I imagine you probably want him to win and not Jake. So not to disparage him, but what was it that you saw that made you say this guy isn't dedicated back then?
Well, it was a long time ago. Like I said,
Right.
he wasn't in great shape. There's only 3 rounds in the amateur, so he got pretty tired. Second round, he was already tired. But like I said, I was like 11, 12 years old at the time.
Okay.
I'm guessing he was probably like
17,
16 around there.
Yeah.
So that's a long time ago. That's like, like 15 years, So that was the only time I saw him. So it's been a very long time.
People aren't counting Jake out. So I'm asking you, Joet, as a guy who I'm sure had over 100 amateur fights, fought the best, fought for titles in the pros. How the hell, if he does win, how the hell is a guy who didn't have any amateur fights and all that gotten to a point after a couple years where he could beat a guy, even if he's not motivated, whatever, he could beat a guy that's had 13 professional fights and whatnot? How's this happening?
No clue, man. I have no clue. It's crazy. But like I said, Jake Paul's in the gym. Maybe if it happens, it's because what's his name? I forgot.
DJ Flores?
Yeah. I don't know. His opponent, Jake Paul's opponent,
Hassan Rahman Jr.
Rahman Jr. Maybe he's going to the gym every other day. Maybe he's not running something. Maybe he takes Jake Paul lightly, and that's how maybe Jake Paul gets a W.
But if we want to for sure see a good fight, we tune in Saturday, right? For Dogboe and Joet.
Yeah, tune in Saturday. Dogboe is going to come at his best. I think this is going to be a better Dogboe than we saw with Christopher Diaz, Adam Lopez. His last wins have been very close. Went blank there real quick.
No.
Like I said, his last fights have been very close. But I think this fight he's gonna be better than those fights. But I think I'm also gonna be better, and that's gonna be the difference.
Yeah, because it's a question when a fighter like yourself has been through those kind of wars. The question is, will he get better from those fights, or did those wars take something out of him? Right?
Yeah. A lot of people, they say that when you go to war, you lose something.
But you're young.
Yeah, a piece of yourself in there. Like you said, I'm young, and I don't think that's all quite true. Like they said, I'm young, I'm dedicated. I rest my body. I take care of my body. I fought Navarrete and went to war in October. Was scheduled to come back in February, but the main event got COVID and got pushed to March. So I was ready to go, physically. I was sparring already, like I think early December, I was ready to go. So yeah, I'll be ready for Saturday.
Well, thank you, Joet. Saturday, Minnesota on ESPN Plus. Former champion taking on Joet Gonzalez. It's going to be a good fight, man. Styles make fights, and this should be good. Thank you, Joet. Anything else you want to say to get out of here?
No, just, thank you guys for supporting me, and I'll see you guys Saturday in Minnesota.
Thanks, Joet. Good luck.
Thank you.